We had the pleasure of spending a few hours with Joel Salatin at Polyface Farms. Our time with Joel was packed full of information, which we've broken down into segments based on the topic. In this video, Joel discusses how he is focusing his efforts on helping the homesteader, his thoughts on the recent wave of interest in homesteading, how his books apply to the homesteader, owning versus leasing land, and water management principles to keep a dirt or gravel road from washing out. We hope you enjoy this homesteading segment featuring insights from Joel Salatin.
The principles of your other books, You Can Farm,
Pasture poultry,
yeah, all those. Yeah. Do those still apply to the
absolutely.
homesteader?
They all apply. They all apply, but they're not all in one place. And as you can imagine, all of my writing till now has been for commercial farm operations. That's been my ministry. Is you want to farm? Well, let's quit the town job and do it.
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
But there are a lot of homesteaders that don't aspire to that. They want to have a great life for their family and their kids, great food. They want protection from food insecurity and the fragility of the food system. But they're not planning to quit their. Yeah. You know, and now they're telecommute. Okay.
Yes, exactly.
They're not planning to quit that. And so I want to honor and affirm the importance and the sacredness of just doing for yourself.
Yeah.
That's fine.
My wife and I are one of those small steaders.
Uh-huh.
We have 10 acres just outside of Knoxville.
Yep.
It was in March of last year, and we were living in an apartment, and we went to the grocery store. Shelves were empty. Empty. Nothing. And that's when it dawned on us.
Yep. That was your epiphany.
This isn't sustainable. We can't do this.
Wow.
And we started looking for land right then.
Really?
We have the C word to thank for us getting our homestead. I think there's a lot of people that are on those shores.
It's a tsunami. It is a tsunami. We feel like we're just on a wave coming in to the beach. I mean,
do you think it's just beginning, or do you think it's going to start plateauing after
I don't
the
know.
vaccine kicks in?
I'd like to hope that it just keeps lifting. I would like to hope so. I mean, we don't know and this is not a partisan statement. It's just reality. A lot of people, including me, feel like we're in an unprecedented time of unsettledness.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say that.
Absolutely.
Unsettledness.
Yep.
In a lot of areas, you know, from freedom, liberty, health, economy, numerous things. And, you know, in times of unsettledness, intuitively, people understand, I don't want to go through this in a city.
Correct.
They know that there's something resilient about the country. At least I can get firewood. I can eat. I can build a shelter out of sticks if necessary.
Yes.
I can get water. Go to a creek. There's just survivability. And when you look through history at all the societal upheavals and crises throughout history, it was always the rural where the people were able to survive better, and I think that's just within the human spirit. I mean, so I'm desperate now to help folks who have now had their aha moment, now to be able to come and be successful and not spin their wheels.
In your book, Joel, in You Can Farm, you state if you're going to farm, don't go out and buy land. You can lease land.
Right.
Does that change for homesteaders? I mean, if the whole idea is independence.
Yeah, I would say generally yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yes, it does change for homes. I mean, because even in You Can Farm, I say in there very clearly that you want a base of operations.
Yeah.
But what people don't realize is your base of operations, and again, remember, that's written for commercial farmers.
Okay.
But your base of operations doesn't have to be real big.
Right.
I mean, we only had 100 acres here of pasture, and we were leasing 1,000. So we were running 10 times what we owned. Now we have actually bought the neighbor's place and then another neighbor's place in the last 6 years. So we're now at 250 here. They weren't big places, but we're now at 250 here. But we're leasing about 1,500. So it's not quite 10 times much. But anyway, your base of operations does not have to be real big. You need a place that you can have some animal shelter, a corral, some sort pens, barn. Just to have a base of store your equipment, a place for your tractor, whatever. But on a homestead, at a homestead level, I'm all in favor of buying your little piece of heaven, and establishing a base of operations. And if you want to start leasing around, then that's fine. And if you don't, that's fine too. But it's in American DNA to.
Yes, it is.
I mean, that was one of the things that made America was royalty. You didn't have to be royalty, to own something. You didn't have to get special dispensation from the local lord of the estate. You could actually own land. That was
Jefferson, the yeoman farmer.
Absolutely,
right?
Absolutely, the intellectual agrarian. That's in our DNA, and I think everybody ought to own a little piece of land.
I'm happy to hear you say that, because as I was reading your book, I'm like, I understand what he's saying there, but I really don't like that. I want to own my own place.
Yeah.
Especially just for a homesteading operation, not for a commercial.
Yeah, absolutely. No, you want to own your little place.
Yeah. Okay.
You want your core.
Are the bumps just bumps, or are they water
No, these are
management?
water bars.
That's what
Water
I was
bars.
wondering.
The secret of a road is volume and velocity. So if you can get your volume down or stop your velocity, preferably both, you can save your road. So those are diversions to knock the water off, so it doesn't build up speed and doesn't build up volume.
Run out.
So it doesn't build up volume.
Yeah.
So the only water hitting this is from that bar to this bar.
Okay.
If you didn't have a bar between here and the top of the hill, you'd double the amount of water running down, and then your road washes out.
So is there a method to the madness of how far in between?
Yeah, no, these are whatever, 30 yards.
Okay.
It depends on how steep it is.
Okay.
And where you are. Like here, you got a top here, we've got a natural drainage here, so there's nothing here for a good while. Locust is one of our best trees.
Okay.
It's good firewood, but mainly it's post.